The Week 9 Player Props edition of the Stephie Smalls Show on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog is hooking up new customers. Play just $5, get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with code SMALLS. Let's yap.
Stephie touch balls, betting it all on the power bottom false top drop the football. Like hopes they've been teasing, they're missing the fall season. ACL twisted, bank account freezing, but Smalls caught the shots like some oracle reading. Leaderboard rising while the slot machine's ringing. She's slinging player stats like Nostradamus. $100 bills raining down upon us.
Hello, happy Halloween to those who celebrate. I can't stand the holiday. If we're going to be completely honest, I'm up to the challenge here. I am producing and doing the show, so we're going to see how this goes, how my ADHD holds up. But we have to talk Week 9 props. Appreciate everyone letting me push the show over to a Friday. What is it, 6 p.m. for you guys? It's 10:17 for me across the pond. Scott Reichel is joining me. I know now how to bring people in, so let's bring in Scott Reichel. He does a million shows here on the Sports Gambling Podcast. How's it going?
Going pretty well. There was definitely no drama behind the scenes trying to get this show set up. All good. In case anybody was wondering, I was supposed to be producing, but we had some technical issues behind the scenes. So now you're producing. So how do you feel?
I feel like for once this isn't my fault. So
it wasn't my fault either.
Good.
So
yeah, it's not your fault. But
people can connect the dots on whose fault it was, but it wasn't ours. So.
Yes, it definitely was not. It's not ours. I mean, we won't point fingers, and it doesn't rhyme with Byron, but that doesn't even rhyme.
Either way, point is that I happy to be on the show.
You're here. Happy Halloween. Do you do Halloween? Are you a Halloween person?
I do not. I only do Halloween when I get invited to some type of party, but that's only for really the drinking aspect, not really the costume aspect. But no, I'm just hanging out. So.
Yeah, my brother and I are going out after this show is done. I do not have a costume, and the Brits seem to be very dressed up. So I'm just going to be American, I think, if that works.
How are you enjoying your time over there?
Well, minus the food poisoning yesterday, it's been lovely.
Have you pieced together which food was the one that poisoned you?
No, I want to blame this trout I had, but it was a delicious meal, so I feel bad blaming that.
Well, at the same point, they almost killed you, so I feel like it's kind of easy.
That's honestly, that's true, but we won the war, so
that is true. Don't bring that up though when you go out. I would not bring that up.
I know. I need to make sure that does not come up. All right, let's talk some Week 9 props. What's the first one that you're looking at this week?
All right, so I'm going to go with the Steelers game as they take on the Colts. I'm going to go with Jalen Warren no touchdowns at -126. He's actually not scored many touchdowns lately. He's had no touchdowns in 5 straight. Mm-hmm. He's also not really had many red zone carries. Tomlin and company are kind of just letting Rodgers throw it all the time in the red zone, so Warren's not really getting much usage. He's had 4 red zone carries in the last 3 games combined. Couple of high-scoring games in there too, and yet they just don't give him the ball. So I do think that the touchdown feels pretty cheap here on the no at -126. Colts are also good against running backs, allowing touchdowns. They're allowing the 6th fewest touchdowns to opposing running backs per game in the league. Give me Jalen Warren, no touchdowns, -126.
Listen, everyone knows I am so anything anti-Warren I'm all for it because I think he's one of the most overrated players in the NFL. I can't take it.
I'm curious what he did to you.
I don't know what he did to me. I think I hate everyone their obsession with Warren there. I think they just hated Najee Harris and he hurt their feelings in fantasy some years and now they just decide they love Warren over it. What do you think about that spread of that game? -3, Colts are road favorites.
It feels very trappy to me. I mean, the Colts, anytime you have a dome team playing outdoors, it does feel a bit tricky, but at the same point, I don't think Pittsburgh's good. So there might be a bit of a hot take there, but there's a reason why they're in first place in their division by a couple of games, and the Ravens are favored to win the division. It's because people don't think this team's actually good at football. So the Colts are better, but I think Pittsburgh finds a way to hang in there. Feels like a classic Tomlin special, doesn't it? You look up, Colts outgained them by a ton, and it's randomly a 3-point game with 1.5 minutes to go, and you wonder why are the Steelers still competitive in this game? That's kind of what I'm expecting. So
Yeah, it does kind of feel like that. I can't even argue with you there. Speaking of the other quarterback that the Vikings moved on from, Sam Darnold. Listen, Sam Darnold's been good. I like his over 237.5 passing yards this week, minus 115. He's gone over 3 of his last 5. He's off a bye week here versus this Commanders team that is crumbling, whether you guys like it or not. They are crumbling. It's happening in front of your eyes here. Versus NFC non-divisional opponents this season. He's averaging 267 passing yards and 2.3 touchdowns. That's 3 games there. And Commanders have allowed quarterbacks to throw for 252 plus passing yards and a passing TD in their last 3 games. I think Seattle off a bye is very dangerous. And I think Sam Darnold goes over this passing yard number.
Yeah, I think the Commanders' defense stinks. So I can agree with you here. People mentioning that Kupp, once again, might not play. I'll give you a trivia question. Do you know how many games this season Kupp has had more than 59 yards?
1, 2, 1.
The answer's 1.
So, yeah, like it's not a lot. Why do I care if he doesn't play?
I don't know if Kupp's officially washed yet or people haven't fully realized, but he's had less than 41 yards receiving in 4 of the last 5 games. I'm not sure how much I really care that Kupp's not playing. So,
yeah.
I mean, of course, great player with the Rams, but we live in the now. I like Smith and Jigba in the matchup because he's just an incredible receiver. But I think Horton can do his part. They have a couple other weapons there, but Kupp, at this point, no offense, he's more of I'd say a name recognition guy as opposed to a stats recognition guy. And I feel like people overrate him at this point.
He's not someone that I'm changing my opinion on a game if he's not playing. Okay,
that's how I feel too. But once again, he's gone over 60 yards one time. I'm not going to overreact too much.
Maybe come back in a couple weeks. We don't really need you here. What's the next prop you're looking at here?
So for mine, I'm going to go with Stafford. Actually, I'm going to go with his no interception at minus 129.
I looked at it.
Yeah, so Stafford's a guy who in years past I used to take the interception. Yes, this time on the no because I think the price is too cheap. He's actually been a lot better at not throwing picks. He's had no picks in 13 of his last 16 games, including last season. No picks in 6 straight home games, and the Rams are projected to destroy this team. They're favored by 14.5. So if you're picking a blowout, chance he doesn't play maybe a bit in the fourth quarter, or they just run the ball and drain clock. But against either Rattler or Shuck, whoever's quarterback for the Saints, I'm not scared of either guy. And the Rams, I think, should bury this team. So I do think it's a good game script for Stafford to maybe not throw it as much as maybe normal. So give me Stafford no pick at minus 129.
I like it. You know what? I ran out of time, but I kind of wanted to look at some Higbee lines. I kind of like Higbee this game against the Saints. So I'll have to go back. Maybe I'll post something later for them. Let's do this is where me having to produce is not going to be cute. Okay, we're brought to you by mybookie.ag. MyBookie is your place to bet on football and everything else. Their prop builder is second to none. Their motto is bet on anything, anywhere, anytime. Easy deposit and lightning fast payouts using crypto. Tyron Tracy to get a touchdown plus 110. That's what I'm looking at this week. Unfortunately, we do not have Mr. Scatavo anymore. Head to mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code SGPN. We're also brought to you by Novig. Novig is America's #1 sports prediction market. You're getting the best prices here. It's also available in 35 plus states. You do need to be in the states, though. Download the Novig app and get $50 when you spend $5 if you use our promo code SGPN to get in on the action with Novig. Promo code SGPN. That wasn't too bad.
I was going to say, don't sell yourself short. That was pretty
good. That was honestly not as bad as I thought it was going to be. How are we feeling about this? Sorry, Zach, I see you in the chat and I know you're a Vikings fan, but how are we feeling about this Vikings team right now?
Well, I'll put it this way. They tried to look at the rest of the roster, said, we can handle losing a quarterback. It's fine. We rebuilt Sam Darnold. We can try to rebuild or build up McCarthy. That didn't work out. They brought in Wentz. Then he got injured. That didn't work out either. Mm-hmm. So now you have McCarthy again. I was not a fan of him in Michigan, for the record. I feel like Harbaugh, who we know as a pretty solid quarterback coach in years past, he just basically turned him into a game manager, and they went undefeated and won a title. So I'm not really a big McCarthy guy. Last time we saw him play was that awful game on Sunday night against the Falcons. So I'm not exactly
And now they're
feeling
like,
great.
okay, your first game is actually going to be at Ford Field against
Pretty
the
much.
fucking Lions.
Correct.
That's so rude.
Not
That's
exactly the
so
spot you want.
rude.
Well, I'm going to ask, though, what's more rude? The fact that they're starting him in this game or the fact they let Wentz's body completely deteriorate before they finally went back to McCarthy? Because they kind of turned him into a human pincushion,
Man,
and then he kind of just died.
he kind of has just been that, though. At least he got to play some games, you know?
That's true,
Like,
too, but you saw Wentz try to swat down his own pass. He injured his shoulder. They kept him in. He got destroyed. Like,
it
his
was hard to
body,
watch, though. Like,
it was
he
really
looked,
bad.
it was really bad. He looked like he was in so much pain. I shouldn't laugh. It was so bad. But listen, Zach's saying Lions win 31-13. I don't think that's a bad prediction there. I like Amon-Ra to go over 76.5 receiving yards at minus 118. Minnesota is what am I looking at here? St. Brown runs most of his against the slot. Bad against the slot, not great against the slot. Everything else fine. Against the slot, not good. St. Brown's running more than 50% of his routes out of the slot. I think he's gonna cook. He always does against the Vikings here. 76.5. Go over that number. I really never take that's a pretty big number for me to take here. I feel pretty confident in it. So I like Amon-Ra to go over that 76.5.
Yeah, to go back to McCarthy, I got his interception in general.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
It's also like minus 129. I think it's a great price in general. Actually using Novig, they have some good prices for the interceptions.
Okay,
but
that's good to know.
he hasn't played in about a month. They're throwing him out there against the Lions, and the Lions average an interception per game. So they're going to throw him out there. A bit of a homecoming for him, though, against, Detroit back in Michigan. But it's not going to go too well, in my opinion. So I'll go with the interception for McCarthy. It's a lot easier when you have a quarterback if you have a good ground game, and you could kind of make it easy on him. Jones has been injured. Jordan Mason's been kind of up and down. I just see a mess. That's kind of what I'm expecting. Give me the pick for McCarthy.
Do you see value on the 8.5 with the Lions at all?
I mean, I understand if you feel a little bit, I'd say, worried about trying to lay them any points in a division rivalry game,
Sure.
but I don't know if I really care. Like, McCarthy is still a rookie in my eyes because he didn't play last year. He got injured in preseason, missed the entire season, came back, played 2 games, was absolutely just terrible. He beat the Bears in a game that he was really bad in for 3 quarters, and the Falcons embarrassed him. So, I think the Lions personally probably win by 10 plus.
Yeah. I don't know how they don't. And at Ford Field, it's like, that's just a tough situation.
I think it is. So.
I feel bad. That might get.
And the defense hasn't even been that good. The pass defense is kind of been getting shredded.
I don't know. Yeah, they need Ginky back. He clearly is such a big staple in that defense, and it's affecting them deeply.
I like Van Ginkel because based on Wisconsin's football right now, there's a little bit of pride watching him play. As an alum there, my college team sucks, so I'm willing to admit that. There we go. My team's really bad.
Gosh, do you have a single team that doesn't suck, Scott?
Do the Yankees count?
I think that's we probably share in that one. I think that's the only team that doesn't suck.
Do you have a college team you root for?
Arizona.
Okay. Your team's better than mine.
That's fine. I don't know that we're competing with much.
No, I'm just saying my team's not gonna make a bowl game. My team stinks. So yeah, I got nothing right now.
At least I have Arizona basketball to break my heart here shortly. That'll be fun. Saying NFC North, I have complained. I not even complained. I don't really care because they're not my team. They mean nothing to me. The Panthers team before the season, during the season, about their linebackers. I think they stink. I think it was an obvious weakness on this team. Jones is out on IR. 2 of their other linebackers missing practice this week. They're set up to go against Tucker Kraft, who looks fantastic. Mm-hmm. I think that Love is looking for him often, whether it's short yardage, whether it's downfield. I just can't figure out, he's had 19 targets the last 2 weeks. I can't figure out, do I like his 4.5 receptions or do I like the 56.5 receiving yards better?
Porque no los dos. You can do both if you want to. I mean, I feel like you make the argument that if he's going to have 5 catches, he's probably going for 60. So
we're taking both. Great.
I don't mind the yards because we saw against the Steelers he could have a massive play, which takes the stress off there for you sweating out receptions. But if you are that concerned about the Panthers linebackers, as you should, and we know that Kraft is his favorite target, I do think it's a good recipe for 7 catches for maybe 80. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I think that sounds about right.
I think both get there. Maybe a same game parlay. You could take both.
Sure. Okay. I like that. What's the next prop you're looking at?
So for the next one, I'm going to go with Kareem Hunt actually. Longest
Okay.
reception over 5.5
Woo!
yards at -110. You're looking at Pacheco, who has a knee injury. He hasn't practiced. They of course are trying to string everybody along. He's not playing. Like Pacheco's not going to play after injuring his knee. So
And does it
Hunt should
really
get more
matter?
work. Well, it matters for usage because Hunt has
Yeah,
kind of
that's
been
fair.
the
That's fair.
like backup running back, but now he's going to be getting first down carries, etc.
Yeah.
But he's had an 11+ yard catch in 3 of the last 4 without Pacheco in the lineup. Had a touchdown catch last game. We know Hunt over the years with Reed does get used a lot in the passing game. Now they have Smith, who kind of took over the third down role, but I
Mhm.
still expect Mahomes to target him once or twice. 5.5 yards, though, for a longest catch is kind of
Sure.
nothing. One check down, you might be good. So give me the Kareem Hunt longest reception, 5.5.
I love it. And I'll just start Stephception with that. They're talking about another running back longest reception. Bijan once again. It was my dad bet last week. It's not gonna be my dad bet this week, but he's gone over it every single week this season. It's 14.5 this week, -122. I'm gonna continue to take it. He's someone that's going to get those yards after the catch there. So 14.5 is very low for him.
Yeah, I mean, we know that Bijan gets even used in some potential shotgun formations out wide. They're not afraid to put
Yeah.
him on some actual
Mhm.
routes. He's really good. So it's not even just a running back who might need a screen pass to get there.
No,
No, he actually runs routes. So he
he's
might,
very much involved.
yeah, one wheel route, he ends up breaking it. We know Bijan's an incredible player. They try to get the ball in his hands the
Sure.
entire time. So yeah, I think
Yeah.
14.5 sounds pretty low.
Sweet. Any other longest reception plays that you like here?
Yes. So I was told I should prepare a long shot for this. So I
Okay,
actually do
let's hear
have it.
it.
I have Alec Pierce, longest
I love
catch
it.
over 34.5 yards, plus
Ooh,
325.
where did you find that?
That's on ESPN bet. So
I love it.
I did some digging. But he's gone over this number in 6 of the last 8 games. So a pretty good hit rate for 34.5. Steelers defense, not very good. They're allowing the most receiving yards to wide receivers in the entire league. So Pierce, we know, is a big play receiver. If he goes over his yards, he's mainly a 2 or 3 catch guy anyway. 34.5, though, when he's gone over in 6 of the last 8 at plus 325. I like the price. I think the Steelers
Love it.
secondary stinks. Give me Pierce, longest catch over 34.5 plus 325.
Absolutely love it. I'd like to know what Josh Downs' number is as well because I have liked him these last couple of weeks. As far as a couple more longest receptions, JSN. I can't really pull much up while I'm over here in the UK, but JSN over 20.5 -108 over 6 of 7 games played. Commander's secondary is absolute cheeks. You could take this up to, I don't even care what. You could take it up to 40.
Mhm.
I'd still probably be fine with it. Tucker Kraft to go over the 20.5 longest reception over 3 straight. And then this is a play. He has not hit this once this season, but CMC to finally go over his longest rush line at 15.5 -115 against the New York Giants. It's and I promise it's good. I can't promise you guys anything, but I'm telling you it's gonna happen. I've had dreams, I've had nightmares of it already. Like it's just something that's going to occur this weekend.
Well, at least you're bracing yourself for what could
Yes,
be the
I'm
inevitable.
mentally
So,
I don't know if I'm mentally prepared, but I am prepared.
well, I feel like honestly after the injuries last week, I feel like you're kind of prepared for anything at this point.
Yeah, I just
Right?
I'm just like don't really care. I'm ready for
Yeah.
next season.
I'm a Jets fan, so I know how you feel. But
Yeah. How's
there we
that
go.
how's that going?
They
Is
won a
the big
game. They won a game for
That's good.
Mangold.
That's exciting.
If you're gonna win one game, at least it was for Mangold. But damn, that team is not any good. But either
It's
way, a win's a win.
something.
So you take that.
Yeah,
But
a win is a win. You're 100% right with that. Do you have any other longest receptions or longest rush or
well,
interceptions or
I had a
player
I had a
props?
longest rush, but it might not matter because he might not play. I had Kyler Murray longest rush at 11.5, but
You might
I
not play, huh?
I was gonna say I saw Brissett took the majority of practice
Hmm.
reps today, so we'll see what happens at some Monday night games. You get extra prep time or extra rest, but this Cowboys defense can't stop opposing quarterbacks from running. They can't stop anything, to be fair. But I liked Kyler at 11.5 off injury, but he might not
Yeah.
play, so I
Okay.
feel like that
It's
might just
nothing
be a
to
void.
Okay, and I actually wanted to ask you this too before I do an underdog slip here. Travion Henderson, not Travion, Stevenson is not playing. Is that correct?
Yes, that's what I saw.
Okay. Wow. Are you brave enough to bet on him at all?
I mean, I like Henderson as a player. I
Because I
do.
love him as a player, but I'm still nervous. I don't know that he's in. Vrabel's good graces yet.
Well, to be fair, if he ends up struggling, who else do they have? That's kind of the point. It's next man up approach, but then you're relying on your third stringer. I think you can make an argument about the Falcons' defense being good, but then again, we saw Tua torch that defense last week.
They just don't know if they're good.
No, I have no idea.
Yeah, they don't know if they want to be good or if they want to be bad.
And that was a home game too. At least you had the home road splits. They lost 30-0 to the Panthers. They lost to the Niners. Then Tua walks in. They scored 34 points. Sure. I mean, I think Henderson, you can make an argument for receptions actually for receiving yards because we saw Stevenson get some usage there, and we know Henderson has some pass catching ability. He has some speed as well. I don't mind the receiving yards there. I mean, the Falcons we know defensively are good in general normally, but I don't know what to think about this team. So I didn't mind the Henderson receiving yards actually for this one.
I think I could probably flirt with his longest rush and then maybe leave it at that. It's at 12.5, and I feel like he could break one.
Yeah.
But that might be about it for me. Do you have a dad bet for us today?
Yeah. So my
Your favorite bet?
Yeah, my dad bet was going to be I was going to go with the Stafford no interception.
Okay.
Minus 129. It was either that or McCaffrey interception, whichever you want to do. But I do think it's a good matchup for Stafford. You're looking at Puka being back. They have some weapons again. But I do think with the projected blowout and with what should be a good game script for the Rams off the, once again, just great spot laying 14.5. I don't see enough pass attempts for Stafford to put it in harm's way. I'll take the no pick for Stafford at minus 120.
Yeah. My dad bet Justin Herbert longest completion over 34.5 minus 120. At this point, I don't really care to figure out who he's throwing his longest pass to. He's going to throw one. It's going to get over this. I'm fine with 35.5 as well if that's all you can get. He's gone over this 6 of 8 games this season playing Tennessee, and that the handicapping basically ends there. Like there's not much more we need to discuss. The running game has been, ever since it's been like a little bit hairy, we're just seeing him air the ball out even more than he was early in the season. So I like him to go over that longest completion of 34.5.
Then Gadsden's turned out to be really good, which is another weapon.
Yeah. So. Did you look at any of his lines?
I did not, but I did like him in general. I do think it's going to be a good matchup for Herbert in general because I don't trust the Titans to do anything because I think they're incompetent. So I do think Herbert can really target whoever he wants. But Gadsden's turned into, I'd say, his second favorite target behind McConkey, of course. But Quinn Johnston, I don't believe, had a catch last week. So it does seem like Gadsden's starting to take over the trust nest from Quinn Johnston. So I think it's him and McConkey mostly.
Okay. What dog do you like this week?
For my dog, I'm going to go with the Raiders, actually. Plus 130, taking on Jacksonville. I think it's a good spot for the Raiders. Both teams are off the bye, but Travis Hunter is now on IR. You are looking at Bowers coming back for the Raiders. I'm not saying Geno Smith is that good, but at the same point, I think he's competent enough to potentially find some openings against what could be a limited secondary with Travis Hunter being out. Also, Jacksonville beat the Chiefs. I don't think they're that good. And we've seen them since beating the Chiefs, and they've been pretty bad. So I do think you're looking at a Jaguars team that has not played a road game in over a month. Last road game was September 28th. Now they're traveling West Coast. Not a great spot for an East Coast team, not playing a road game for a month. Now you play a Raiders team off the bye. I'm not saying the Raiders are good, but for a spot alone with the injuries, with Bowers coming back, and with the East Coast team traveling West Coast, not playing on the road for a month, I like the spot for the Raiders. Give me the Raiders plus 130.
I love it. It's probably one of the ones I like on the board too. There's not a lot of spots that I like. Hearing that Kyler isn't going to start, I don't know if it changes my mind too much, but I kind of like the Cardinals plus 3.5, to be completely honest with you. And I think I'm going to go that direction. The Cardinals just seem to keep every game close. So we're just going to roll with that for my dog.
I like the over in that game. So yeah, I just see a track meet.
It's just going to go 100%. Let me do some ad reads and then we'll wrap up with this. Underdog is your home for pick'em entries where you can win up to 500X. Here's a pick'em entry. I like Christian Watson higher 19.5 longest reception. Herbert higher 34.5 longest completion. So you're getting a nice number there for the longest completion. Jaxson Dart higher 36.5 rushing yards. It gets you 6x your monies. Underdog's got a brand new offer for new customers. Just play $5 and get $100 in bonus funds when you sign up with Smalls. Rhythm is crushing it in college football, NFL, and now they have the NBA. Rhythm is also giving away weekly cash prizes just for tracking your bets in the app. Track 5 bets of the same type from any model you build, and you could win $1,000. I like Troy Franklin, and so to go under the 41.5 receiving yards, minus 114, and so does Rhythm, 69.8% win probability, one of their sharp unders. I've been glazing the Houston defense all season. I'll continue to do so in this place. Use promo code SGPN25 when you download the Rhythm app for 25% off your first month. Download Rhythm and use promo code SGPN25. Any thoughts on that Houston game?
I thought about the under initially for that game, but
Okay, so
it's
did I.
a very low number, but I
Yeah.
understand it. I mean, the
Yeah.
Broncos offense looked good last week, obviously, but I think we could probably have a bunch of touchdowns against the Cowboys defense. That doesn't mean anything to me. They were good against the Giants as well in the fourth quarter. They no-showed the first 3 quarters of that home game. But the Texans play a pretty ugly brand of football. We saw them against the Niners. They drain clock. They try to run the ball. They're not very good at it. But I could see a time control type of game here. Both teams just long drives, couple field goals here or there. Didn't mind the under for the game, even though it is a low number. But I feel like people might be tempted by the over. It's in a dome. You're looking at the Broncos scoring 44 last week. Texans scored 26. Yet the total's at 40.5. I think people are going to jump on the over. I like the under. I see a very ugly game.
Yeah, I think I'm with you there. I think it's going to get gross. I think the Texans could truly just end up winning that game. And I think people are going to be tempted to lean the Broncos direction there.
I agree.
Oh, what was the last game I wanted to ask you about? Oh, what about this 49ers at Giants? Because it feels like a layup to take the 49ers here.
It does. I do want to ask you, though, without Scataba now, how do you feel about Dart? Do you think Dart's actually capable of, I'd say, looking sharp against a defense without a run game? I know you like Tracy to do pretty well. It's not the same. Do you think Dart is in potential trouble with the lack of a consistent ground game now, helping out the offense?
I think honestly, what scares me more is how frequently he's probably going to want to take off and run. And that makes me nervous because I would prefer he just doesn't get hurt. Like that would be cool. I don't know that I can handle that. So I would prefer that if they can get Tracy going, which I think we could see happen. I know everyone forgets, but last season, Tracy was effective and he did look like a good running back. So I know it's easy to knock him, but I think Tracy has not gotten going this season. He got hurt. So if they can get him going a little bit, obviously it sucks that we have to see Singletary otherwise. But yeah, I think what makes me nervous more is that Dart's going to try to rely on his legs more.
No, I agree. That's why my main angle is actually the Dart rushing. I think that the attempt should be there. They need to get something going in this actual offense. The rush attempts are at 7.5, which is kind of juiced from what it was normally. But I understand why, of course. But I'm looking at what the rushing yards are just quickly. What I
had it in my, I wonder what I had it at 36.5 in my underdog slip. Let's see.
I see 35.5 at some
Okay.
spots.
I like the over there, honestly.
Yeah, I think he's going to have to try to run. I mean, the last couple games haven't been that great, but he has a rushing touchdown for the last 5. But I also think without Scataba, you got to try to get creative, let your playmakers make some plays. The receiving core, no offense, not great for your team.
No, I wonder if Ray McLeod plays this week. It seems like he was supposed to.
They need somebody. So you're looking at the offense, and you got Slayton and a couple of guys who've been there before, but nobody that really wows you. If you want to try to generate some big plays, maybe they lean more into the ground game, a bit more read option, RPO stuff. I mean, Dart, we know so far has been effective as a runner. I think you got to just try to get creative. So I don't mind Dart rushing yards for this game.
Yeah. I'd love to see if Ray McLeod plays this week. I don't know. I think the 49ers are just going to eat us up. It's going to get gross. Any other favorite bets? Yeah. Any favorite bets from the board before I let's wrap up and get out of here, since I stole like way more time than I said I would.
No, I think I covered everything. Once again, I thought the value for the long shot was the Pierce longest catch, 34.5 at plus 325. I just think it's a great deal.
Yeah.
Gone over in 6 of the last 8. Steelers secondary has been a mess. I'll go for that.
Awesome. You're the best. Let everyone know where they can find you. Make sure you guys subscribe, like, rate, review the podcast. We'll be back to regular scheduled programming next week, but we will double up on Tuesday. Stay tuned for, I'll probably put out the plays tomorrow on my Twitter, but Scott, let everyone know where they can find you, and then everyone go enjoy your Halloween if you guys are weirdos and like Halloween. I'm not a Halloween person. I'm just gonna go to the bar dressed like myself.
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter, Right Show Radio, on SGPN, bunch of shows. Quick round of applause to Stephie. Nice job on the board
Thank
today.
you.
Well done.
Thanks, guys.
Nice
Let's
job.
see. I didn't do the end of this yet. We'll see how it
Just
goes.
saying, nice job.
Yeah, I was like, we can't wait any longer. We got to get this going. All right, I appreciate you. Be sure to go subscribe to Scott. When did the prop show come out? Did you just say that?
Yeah,
Did
I was gonna say Adam and I do a couple prop shows
Yeah.
a week. So we did
Okay.
the NFL one earlier today. We'll do another one for Monday Night Football Monday morning.
All right, appreciate you guys. Go enjoy your Halloween. I will see ya later.
Stephie Smalls Show, sports gambling. Place some bets on winners and catastrophe. If you want to know where to put the money, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday is the place to be.